Hi everyone, it's Asia Marka here, Lemon Creation. Very weird video today. I'm gonna be talking and I am pretty sure I should actually look here. But I'm talking so little on the camera that I am very uncomfortable with it. But I decided to make this video, which is gonna be totally about me talking to you, and there is gonna be no project whatsoever. So if you wanna see the project, this is not video for you to watch. And if you want to hear a little bit about my story, about what's happening lately, please stay tuned. I felt like I owe you guys a little bit of explanation. I got a lot of return after one of my last videos when I said that I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue the shop, if I'm gonna close it, that I feel that yes, this is gonna be the way to go, that I'm gonna close the shop, but also just stop creating, I think, in general. And I get so many good return after that video, and so many comments, and also so many questions, emails, and I thank you for that so much, because I know we are busy and it means so much for me that you are taking the time and actually want to write me, want to give me advice how to do things, that maybe there are some things I didn't think about, and there are, surely. So this is very important for me, you being here for me, and that's what I'm thinking. I owe you a little bit of more explanation about what's happening in my life. What should I start with? I actually know what I should start with. I want to say a big thank you. I don't know, they are simple words and they cannot convey really my feelings towards you. Without you, I wouldn't be where I am. Without you, I wouldn't even dream about opening my own shop. And I remember when I started my mixed media journey, I called it scrapbooking at the very beginning, because my very first thing I've done was a scrapbooking layout. And when I think back to the first good comments I actually get after posting things on internet, I didn't even know that I'm gonna post things on internet. I wanted to do a smash book for my father, who passed away, well, for my children, to remember my dad. And I didn't know that I'm gonna one day post it on internet, that I'm gonna one day have a shop, let alone having YouTube videos, and so many beautiful comments. And yes, now when I'm thinking about these beginnings, it was something unreal, and art helped me in so many ways. And lately, it actually creating is a source of anxiety for me, I think. And it's not even the fact that it's not the fact of creating in itself, but it's the fact of having at the back of my head constant thoughts. If I want to sell, I need to make a video, because I've noticed that after almost every video, lately it's not the case, but I think the month of April is very specific, because we are going out, the weather is getting nice and so on, so we are not spending too much time watching things on YouTube. I forgot what I was speaking about. It's like I'm starting one topic and I start another one into this topic, and then I start another one, and then I am completely lost. I got lost there a little with my thoughts. I have this constant thought at the back of my head. I have to do a YouTube video quickly if I want to sell, because as I mentioned, when I do YouTube videos, I have sales usually. Then, well, if I want to have sales, simply I have to use some of my products. I need to use, I have them here on my desk constantly. Look guys, they are here, they are just all the time here. I wish I could use other products as often as I use mine also, even though I actually love mine. I have to look here. But the fact is that if I want to sell, if I want to make a sale, I have to use my products. And sometimes I feel guilty, because I'm thinking I am not diversify enough, and I need for you. And so I'm trying to do that. So there is this thought all the time: make something, make a video. You have to think about making some new projects, some new stencils, some new stamps. You haven't posted on Instagram since few days. You have to do that. Whoa, I'm going on Instagram with the idea of posting something. I'm thinking, there is so many comments I haven't answered still to. I have to go back and answer these comments, because I feel like you take the time to comment on my videos, photos, wherever. I feel the least I can do is to answer. So all of that gives me this idea of anxiety, and I don't like it. As much as I love creating, as much as I love to have exchange with you, I never thought that having your own small business will be so time consuming and so difficult. I have to admit, the last month was awful. It was awful in so many aspects. I discovered few things I had no clue about when we set up the company with my husband, who is very he goes by the book, very much so, especially that yes, if I do something badly, I will be fined for it, and it doesn't make any sense to be fined, so we prefer to do things as they are to be done. And we thought everything is fine, and then I went to few accountants who openly told me that for the small companies like mine, there are no accountants, because there is no really bookkeeping, even though there is so much paperwork. You've no idea. Well, you may have idea actually, but there is a lot of paperwork. And so I asked how other companies of my status, of the status of auto entrepreneur, which is like, don't know if it's, I think it's also a word in English. So very small company of one person, how are they managing? And they said they have to manage. They manage the way they can. And only one person actually gave me a address to a lady who is administrative secretary, and she is taking care a little bit of this stuff. She actually has her own business. And I went to her. She couldn't help me with everything. She couldn't help me with the tax, but for example with the formulas which I have to put on my invoice, which are obligatory, and I could be fined for not having something on the invoice. She helped me with that, and she told me a few times, even though she told me that everything, well, not everything, but I do things correctly in general, everything looks fine, there are some things missing. And she told me also, which is very funny, that she called the tax office for something completely unrelated, and the woman by accident told her, but do you have on your invoice something, I'm not gonna go into French wordings with you, but some kind of mention, legal mention. And she said, no, I didn't know this is, you should have it. And the woman told her at the tax office, she told her, but listen, it's not even that you should have it, it's obligatory, and if you don't have it, you can be fined up to I think 16,000 euro. And she told me, I just discovered that, and this is my job. And so the law in France, unfortunately, is so unclear, is so confusing, that that is very hard to follow. And for YouTubers and people like me, it's even harder. I have kind of two activities. I do YouTube and affiliate links, which brings me almost no money at all, and I'm not getting even paid every month. But on top of that, I have my business, and so those two things have to be declared separately, and they have to be taxed differently also. And there is one tax I was not aware of. I got a letter from the tax office saying that actually you do have to pay this tax. And then I was taxed for the two last previous years. I paid, but that put me completely completely out of, I don't know, I was kind of building my comfort zone with my company finally. You know, I had to pay the taxes, and the taxes take so much of my income, so I'm not making profit, and that's why it's so hard, because on top of that, when I found out about all these changes, all these things I haven't done and I should have done, and when I spoke with my friend who also has a company similar to mine, who's also self-employed, she told me also she was not aware of these things, even though she also tries to do things by the book. And so we are exchanging things between ourselves to not forget about something, simply. And that's what I hate. And that is putting me off, because I am not logical. I am free spirit, I'm artistic, and I don't like logical things. I don't like making accounts for myself, and I do have to do it. My husband just was fed up at some point. I can understand him. He is the only one who is actually working, who is bringing money home, and he couldn't follow all of that, what was happening with my company, with all these things which weren't clear even for him, even though he is French speaking person. Because me, well, let's be honest, I still have a language barrier, and so it's so hard. On top of that, if you don't understand something, if you are not sitting in the law, you know, optic, rules, regulations, numbers, that's very hard for you to manage. So on top of making my projects, to post them, to, you know, or making projects of the new items I want to sell, I want to produce and sell, I am not managing also, I am not managing all of that at once. It's a lot of things for me. And I got very, very, very upset and depressed. Actually, I started having panic attacks at night when all of that fell on me in the last month. Everything accumulated, and the month of March, April, it was just awful. So now I'm on the more or less straight line. I had a nice conversation with finally with the tax office, because I called them once. I asked for the YouTube if they can explain me for the affiliate links. The woman couldn't. She even told me at some point, listen, you cannot ask me so many questions, I'm busy. I said, well, excuse me, but how can I have answers? I need an answers to do things correctly. So she told me, you have to call this organism, they will let you know how to manage things properly if it comes to YouTube. I called them and they told me, no, it's not us. You actually have to come back to this lady. It's her who is taking care of that. So that's what I did. This time I wrote an email saying, listen, they told me that and that. What can I do? Where can I go? And finally, I don't know if it was she or somebody else, they found me a person who actually called me, who actually told me, explained me everything, told me how to do things. So I was really happy. Now I hope I'm on the straight line, and I think I do everything like I am supposed to do. I hope there is no more surprises, and I really do want to continue. And if you understood after my last video when I was complaining that I'm quitting definitively, that's not what I meant to say. Maybe I didn't speak clearly enough. I'm giving myself a little bit of time. After paying the taxes for the last 2 years, which was a big amount this month, I want to have maybe 1 to 3 months to see how things work, you know, normally, month to month. If I am managing to do things, if my family life is not paying for it, if I am not having any more panic attacks, if maybe slowly I can start saving up, if I can manage to put a tiny bit aside, because otherwise, if I am just putting so much work into all of that, and I see that my family is paying for it, because, you know, there was a time when I was actually spending more time creating than with my children, and I said to myself, no, that cannot be anymore. So now I do few things at a time. I'm trying to run like, you know, I start the project, I do an unboxing video, I work on the new stencil or stamp, you know, for being produced, new designs, digifiles. Now I'm thinking maybe I should actually try and open Etsy store also, because everybody says Etsy store. I need to see now if I am managing to organize myself, that my children, my family life are not paying for my personal choices, and that my company, my small tiny business, online business is making sense. Like it's worth it, you know, because I mean, even though I love what I'm doing and I get so many reviews, good reviews, but when I'm from time to time checking, you know, if there are new reviews and I see what people are writing, I feel like that makes sense, you know, what I do, it's actually people like, and I think the quality, because I always wanted to make good quality things, and I think the quality is there. I don't know, I think, and there is also always a personal touch. I either put ATC cards to your orders or some extra pages, because I want you to know this is my business. I wanted to continue my dream, to make my dream come true, and to be able to finally amount to something, to finally be able to support my family. As I mentioned, I'm a tiny company. I cannot compare myself to scrapbook.com or wherever, but I'm trying to always give you a personal touch as often as I can. If you are posting, I don't know, videos or photos with my products you used, I try to make a story out of it on Instagram, to give you also a possibility of maybe gaining a few extra followers. I really do my best. I'm back, my daughter is here, my son also. Today is a day, almost like a half day of school, and a lot of courses, like a lot of extra activities, like kung fu for my son, and climbing for my daughter, and swimming pool for my son, and again sports for my daughter. So I'm running like crazy, and already I have so many plans for today. So that's the thing also, that I have so much plans and so many plans and so little time on my hands. But that's yeah, I thought I own you this video, I own you this explanation. I don't like to complain, and don't take it like that. It's just more explanation, more I think I want you to know that it's not that easy, and behind every order I send, behind every film I make, there is a lot of effort, and I know you know that also. I know, because you are leaving me comments, and I know that. It's just, if I sometimes don't answer, I'm trying to explain myself, if I sometimes don't answer to your comment, if I sometimes don't repost your story, please take in mind this is not out of respect, it's just out of time. Because of lack of time, rather. And if you want to help me, as I mentioned, the reviews are a perfect way to do it. If you're happy with my products, leave a review. If you have an issue, let me know. If you need something from me, let me know also. I know some people are asking me, do you have ATC? Do you do ATC exchange? I don't. Now I do my ATCs in bulks, so like that I have few of them to put in the orders. I don't always put them, but in every order, even if it's small, I always add something extra. But that's why I don't do ATC exchange. But sometimes, you know, you're telling me, oh, I like this ATC. If you buy something from my shop, let me know. Write me an email straight away saying, Asha, you made this ATC, can I please have it? And I'll be happy to do it. And so, as I said, if you can write a review, if you can share, just, you know, sometimes, I don't know, one of my projects, or if I have new products, or just my shop simply, if you can tag me, if you can leave the web address to my shop also. You know, small things like that, they will help me a lot. Yes, your comments, your advices, I am taking them with open mind and with open hands, with grateful heart, because there are some things I am not thinking about. So every single of these small things you're telling me, I am always analyzing them and thinking, is it a way to go? Did I know about it? Did I not know about it? So, you know. But yes, sharing, like they say, sharing is caring. So if you feel like it, if you want to help me to, you know, to be able to keep my shop afloat, share, tag, bye. Okay, guys, it's a long video. I have to cook. I have to take care of my children, and I have to make a project also. So many things on my head, as always, but you know me, most of you are women, so you know how it is. We are busy. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, thank you so much for all of your support. It doesn't matter how small or big it is. Thank you so much. You all mean so much to me. I am so happy I'm here. I'm so happy I get to know so many of you. We've exchanged, like, you know, you are my cyber friends, and this is so cool. You know, being able to speak with people from all over the world, to share a little bit of their life, of my life, with like all over the world. Seriously, some time ago I sent a order to Seychelles, and I was so, when I've seen the order, I said, this is not possible. Seychelles, this is actually my dream destination, to go to Seychelles. I've never been, and I love traveling. Maybe one day, but that's what I wrote to my client on the piece of paper, which I put in the, not piece of paper, but small art piece, in the envelope. I said to her that I am almost envy the actual parcel, which is gonna arrive to Seychelles, and I cannot. That I wish I could squeeze myself into the envelope and go there. So this has been amazing adventure, and I really hope it lasts. But as I mentioned to you, as much as I would like for myself and out of respect for you, because I know that you are here for me, you like, I think, watching my videos, buying my products, and because of that I wouldn't like to stop. But you know, I need to weigh pros and cons at the end, and I think at the end of June I am gonna decide. So there is the date, and we're gonna go from now for this next 2 months and see how things evolve or not. And I think, like, I am repeating the same thing all over again. I told you I'm not good at speaking. It's like I'm messy crafter and I'm messy speaker. It's like that. Sending you big hugs. I think I have to go out a little bit because finally we have a sunny day. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you once again for being here with me. I cannot keep on thank you enough. And I really hope I'm gonna see you in my next video. Sending you big hugs and a lot of love.